Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, your groom.
Firstly, I'd like to thank Gary for his kind words and good wishes. There's going to be several toasts during the next few minutes, so please ensure your glasses are fully charged and ready to go. Distinguished guests, those of lesser distinction, family, relatives, in-laws, outlaws, friends of friends, freeloaders and everyone else. My wife and I would like to thank you all for being with us today. I know a lot of you travel from far and wide and taken time off work to celebrate this very special day. There's even a couple here from Australia. Yay. It's amazing how far some people will travel for a free meal. Unfortunately, there are loved ones we wish could be with us today who aren't. Please be upstanding and join me to toast these special people.
Absent friends.
Graham Russell, Mary and George Barnes, Roy Davenport and Neville Simpson. Absent family and friends. Dad. Thanks, you can all sit down now. It's quite powerful.
Yeah, make the most of it.
Yeah. It feels like a lifetime has passed since I emailed Faye to ask her out on a date. Saturday the 30th of July 2011 to be precise. I kept it classic and steamed in with fancy coming over to mine to watch a DVD and eat pizza. It was a rocky start as I didn't have a DVD player and I let Faye pick the pizza toppings. Peppers, onions and all things green and healthy. Luckily we soon found common ground with convos about friends and family and it became clear we shared similar disciplines and morals on life. Namely, we loved our respective families unconditionally, above and beyond anything else, and we both agreed we'd be nothing without them. So it makes sense for me to start by introducing the parents.
I did warn you.
Gary. When I first met Gary, it was clear from the get-go that Faye was more precious to him than anything else in the world, as he wasted little time in telling me what would happen if I should ever hurt his little princess. He told me he'd hunt me down, blah, blah, blah. I thought to myself, okay, he's giving me the speech. And I didn't think anything of it until I saw this picture. Though he is a formidable character and a devoted family man, in fact, one of the first things Gary said to me was quite the opposite. He said, "My home is your home, don't ask for anything, just help yourself." That for me is Gary in a nutshell, generous and caring. He'd do anything for the women in his life, and likewise, they'd do anything for him. I know he wanted to give Faye the wedding of her dreams, and I'm sure you'll all agree he succeeded. Just like my dad, I give Gary plenty of abuse, which he returns with interest, annoyingly. He's more like a mate than a father-in-law, yet he looks after me like family, and I'm not talking holidays or days like today, although obviously I'm extremely grateful. I'm talking about advice on work, CVs, how to care for your family. He probably doesn't realise that he's taught me loads of stuff. My dad is spot on when he says you won't find a better bloke than Gary. He's a top bloke with a great laugh, and I couldn't wish for a better father-in-law.
The bar's open.
Julie.
There's something interesting.
Julie has been a pillar of strength over the last 12 months, the foundation on which this whole day has been built. And it doesn't stop at weddings. She's a pivotal member of our family, her own family, and I've seen firsthand how she is loved and respected by close friends and peers. In my time with Faye, Julie has made me several pounds heavier with some of the best food I've ever tasted. Therefore, I must take this opportunity to thank her not only for her lovely food, but also for planning and executing such a wonderful day as today. Julie has chased, organised and attended countless meetings with wedding personnel, marched around more wedding festivals than Elizabeth Taylor, as well as mastered FaceTime, WhatsApp and email. Why? Yes, she loves weddings, but like Gary, Julie was determined to give Faye a wedding day she'll never forget. I've never met somebody that worries quite as much as Julie. She's a natural worrier, and so is Faye. In fact, they're very similar, as you'll notice from this picture. That's Julie on the left and Faye on the right. They're gentle, kind-hearted, slightly crazy and wonderfully loving individuals. And if Faye turns out to be anything like Julie, I won't be worried at all. Julie, Gary, I could stand here all day and sing your praises.
Here's a hug.
No.
Remember, you won't see any of these people anymore.
Where was I?
Keep going. Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, I could stand here all day and sing your
Right,
praises. Instead, I'd much rather give you this gift, which Faye and I will hope will go some ways to show our appreciation for all that you've done. Thank you.
I went down there earlier.
Down there.
Oh, did you?
Well, you weren't looking hard enough.
Yeah, give it to you. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Don.
Dad. Since the age of 6, I watched my dad play football. I went everywhere with him, and he'd go everywhere with me. He'd drive me to Heacham and for training and matches a couple of times a week, watch every single game, and give me advice. Above all else, my dad taught me the 5 golden rules to cleaning football boots. Number 1, use screwdriver to remove all traces of mud from studs and bottom of boots. Number 2, clean leather using stiff brush and water. Number 3, stuff boots with newspaper and dry out in the airing cupboard. Number 4, when dry, apply dubbing. Oh. That's number 5.
You went past it, mate. That was there.
There we go. Number 5, change studs according to the weather forecast. Football was my childhood and I loved it. My dad was my hero. I was the number 1 fan. I watched him play footy every Saturday and Sunday. I'd go training with him, watch him with all of his friends, opponents, other blokes. People always liked him, spoke highly of him, praised him. He was a winner, determined. He had effort and application coming out of his ears. One thing you can never say about my dad is he doesn't give everything 100%. When mates would mock him for being bald, he'd always respond by saying, "Grass don't grow on a busy street." Ever since I've known him, he's been busy working to give our family all that we have and all that we are.
Have a drink.
Have a vodka.
Cheers.
And to quote my dad, for as long as you've got a hole in your arse, you'll always be my hero. Mum.
Oh, you don't hide under that.
Whenever I've thought about doing something crazy or I want to do something silly, my mum never sits on the side of caution. She always says, "You'll never know unless you try." Which is why when she turned 50, I was 25 at the time, we celebrated with a tandem skydive from 13,000 feet. I mean, how many 50-year-old mums do you know that go skydiving with their son? Inside that tiny frame, there's a burning desire for adventure, trust me. I remember when I accepted an offer to work as an English teacher in South Korea. My mum backed me all the way. "It's an opportunity of a lifetime, just go for it," she said. And likewise, when I telephoned a week later at 3:30 in the morning, asking for £800 to buy a return flight home, she didn't let me down. Mum, Dad, you are the most hard-working, fantastic parents to me and Darren, as well as Faye and Ellie. Personally, I would like to thank you both for making me the man I am today, teaching me good manners, the values of morals and respect, and how to motivate myself to work hard and achieve goals. On behalf of Faye, I would like to thank you for making her feel welcome in our family with your endless love and support. As a token of our thanks for everything you've done, Faye and I have a present for you.
Thanks. I'll come for a snob later.
I think your dad wanted to cuddle as well.
Rebecca, Rachel, Amanda, Holly and Tanya. Where are these guys?
They're all over there.
I've lost around. Here we go. Thank you for being bridesmaids today. All of you have been close friends of Faye's for many years. I know Faye is truly blessed and proud to call you friends, so thanks again for your support during the last 12 months, and especially today. Maid of Honour. Ellen, Ed, Edie, Richie, Mrs. Pryor, Kim K, Ellie. As you hate heartfelt messages, soppy memories, or anything even remotely emotional, I thought I'd keep this section of my speech short and sweet. As they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words.
I don't even want to know.
Massive thank you to our page boy, Rowan Pryor, and thank you to Kerry Cook for reading in church today. Ushers, Lewis Cook and Joel Willie. Yes, you heard me right, Joel's surname is in fact Willie. I've already told these guys privately what I think of them, so I don't have too many words to share with you right now. However, I would like to say publicly that these guys are top notch. They've always looked out for Faye and me, as well as my brother and our respective families, so thank you. I could wax on about my best man all day, but everybody knows my brother is more than a best man, he's my best friend. He's the one person that knows me inside out, what I'm thinking and why, without explanation. We've been a dream team now for 26 years and long may it continue. There's nobody I'd rather by my side than my brother, not just today, in any situation. I was honoured when he'd accepted my invitation to be best man, and I couldn't be prouder to have him represent me and our family today. To say thanks, Faye and I have a present.
Is that Rowan? Yeah. Yeah.
Faye.
Oh God. Oh no.
I'm so glad to be married to Faye. Caring, talented, modest, charming. I can see why she picked me. Seriously, I don't think there could be anyone more perfect for me than Faye, and I appreciate my good fortune in marrying such a warm-hearted and loving lady. The first moment I saw her, I didn't realise Faye was Faye, as I was looking for someone that looked similar to Ellie. Quite tall, super straight and dark hair, and lots of fake tan.
You're getting ribbed, isn't it? You're getting ribbed.
Yeah, I am.
When I found out Faye was definitely Faye, I realised she was the loud, happy, confident lady that walked past my desk every day on her way to lunch. She was always surrounded by lots of other girls, all of whom seemed just as happy as the happy one called Faye. Faye stood out to me for a number of reasons. The first was her name. I didn't know its origin or even its meaning, but it always evoked thoughts of the English countryside during the summer, or a beautiful vineyard hidden somewhere in southern France. It seemed to suit her, classic and beautiful, just like an English rose. It wasn't fashionable, funny sounding, cool or quirky. Instead, it had real substance, class and beauty. Plus, I didn't know of anyone named Faye, so to me it was unique and rare. She was pretty and delicate with a fair-skinned complexion on which she tended to wear little or no makeup. She had natural, bushy, big brown hair, was well-spoken, a little bit ladylike, and very loud. She'd wear clothes and combinations of clothes like nothing I'd ever seen before. In particular, I remember her bouncing through the office with a trilby on her head, coupled with jeans and trainers. I couldn't believe it. Surrounded by shirts, ties, polished shoes and computers, stood this happy lady rocking this ridiculous outfit without a care in the world. And that's when it hit me. That was her style, her thing. She could wear anything and anything, regardless of whether it was cool or trendy, because Faye was sincere and honest, free from pretense, and above all else, true to herself. As you guys know, I never normally lean toward things that are normal, so it shouldn't come as a surprise that this crazy lady intrigued and baffled me enough to take the plunge and do something I hate. Small talk. I hate it, I'm rubbish at it, and if I'm honest, I don't especially enjoy chatting to girls, because they're just not my mates. As far as I'm concerned...
Have a drink. Have a drink. It's on video, so we'll get it.
Yeah, right. As far as I'm concerned, I have the best friends and family in the world, so why waste time chatting to other people, at least not girls? Plus, I was putting myself out there for a potential knockback. Faye could have been like, who's this plonker, and kicked me to the curb. Thank God she didn't. Fast forward 4 and a bit years, and here we are. They say you don't marry someone you can live with, you marry someone you cannot live without. This is certainly true of Faye. She brings out the good in me, makes me smile every time I see her, and when I don't see her, I miss her. It really is that simple. So, can you guys raise a glass one final time to the newest member of the Barnes family, to family and friends. Cheers.
Family and friends.
Help me stand up. I'm stuck.